Welcome back to my channel, Open the Door. This is episode 175. Give it up, surrender, and free yourself. What if the answer isn't trying harder? What if the breakthrough that you've been praying for doesn't come from holding on tighter, but from finally letting go? What if I told you surrender demonstrates more control than trying to control everything? We spend so much time of our lives grouping people and outcomes and fears, expectations, and even old versions of ourselves. And then we call it strength. We call it responsibility. We call it faith. But today I want to ask you one simple question. What do you need to give up? Let's take this one step at a time. So what does it really mean to surrender? Well, surrender isn't quitting. It isn't giving up on yourself, and it isn't becoming passive. Surrender is releasing your grip on what you were never meant to have and what wasn't yours to control in the first place. It's saying, I'll do my part and I'll release the rest. Surrender is active trust, and that's where the real control is. With surrender, we free up energy for what really matters. Think about it when you're in a traffic jam or just driving in heavy traffic and there's some aggressive drivers around you. If you were to fully focus on their behaviors and how they're driving in traffic, you're not seeing what you need to see, which is where you are and how you're maneuvering the traffic. Your safety is at risk by focusing on someone else. Well, spiritually and mentally and emotionally, the same thing can happen. When we're too focused on others and what they're doing and thinking and saying, we're not really paying attention to what our thoughts are, what we're saying and what we're thinking. So it's best to surrender trying to control what others are doing and just focus more on yourself. Here's some things that we should think about giving up. Perhaps it's time to surrender the need to control everyone. Perhaps it's time to surrender the need to always be right. The need for approval. It's time to surrender old resentments and old feelings of shame. It's time to surrender guilt that no longer serves your growth. Surrender unrealistic expectations. Surrender fear of the future and regret over the past. Surrender the timeline that you've created for your life. Surrender the version of yourself that you've already outgrown. Sometimes the hardest thing to surrender isn't another person, it's our attachment to who we thought we were supposed to become. So surrender isn't a single moment, it's a daily practice. Notice when you're gripping something tightly and ask yourself, can I actually control this? If the answer is no, then release it. Replace worry with action where action is possible. Replace resistance with acceptance where it isn't present. Sometimes surrender looks like forgiveness. Sometimes it looks like asking for help. Sometimes it looks like silence instead of another argument. And sometimes surrender simply looks like taking the next faithful step instead of demanding to see the whole staircase. Here's the benefits of surrender. When we surrender, anxiety begins to loosen its grip. Relationships become healthier. We sleep better. We hear our intuition more clearly. We discover peace instead of constant pressure, and we become more present. We create space for unexpected opportunities. We stop surviving and begin living. And the greatest benefit isn't getting everything we wanted, it's becoming someone who no longer needs to control everything to experience peace. In closing, imagine carrying a backpack filled with stones. Every fear, every disappointment, every impossible expectation, every person that you're trying to fix. And you've been carrying it for so long that it feels normal. But what if today you set it down? Maybe surrender isn't about losing anything that truly belongs to you. Maybe it's about finally putting down what was never really yours to carry in the first place. Here's a call to action. I know I have a lot of regular viewers out there. You guys don't comment. So here's an invitation. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Finish the sentence. Today I'm ready to give up ... You don't have to write a paragraph. You don't even have to write a whole sentence. Just write one word that can represent the beginning of your surrender and your step toward freedom. If this episode encouraged you in any way, share it with someone who may be carrying a burden that they were never meant to carry. Give me a like, as I say, a comment, a share, and a subscribe to help me grow this channel. I've got big plans, but I need your help to do it. I hope you've been doing well and taking good care of yourselves. I wish you peace and love and light. I'll be back again soon with another episode. And I'll be doing a meditation episode soon as well. I've had a couple of people request that, so I'll be doing some meditations for you too. In the meantime, have a great day. Be well. Take good care, and I'll see you next time. That's it for now. Bye.